बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम। सीपीसी के सेक्शन वाला पोर्शन एक ही लेक्चर में मैं ओवरव्यू इसका पहले ऑलरेडी कर चुकी हूँ, और उसके अलावा जो ऑर्डर्स वाला पोर्शन है उसका मैंने एक एक ऑर्डर एक एक लेक्चर में सीरीज़ स्टार्ट की है, जो कि आपको मेरे चैनल की प्लेलिस्ट में मिल जाएगी। अभी आज फ़िलहाल मैं सिर्फ सीपीसी का ओवरव्यू करने लगी हूँ, जो कि इंडेक्स है। इसका इंडेक्स से ये होता है कि आपको जिन लोगों ने अभी तक सीपीसी पढ़ी नहीं है बिल्कुल भी, उनको आइडिया हो जाता है कि इसमें है क्या क्या चीज़ें, और जो लोग पढ़ चुके हैं तो उनका एक तरह की रिवीजन हो जाती है ओवरव्यू। तो ये सिर्फ क्विक ओवरव्यू है इंडेक्स का सीपीसी के। तो शुरू करते हैं जी। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। कोड ऑफ सिविल प्रोसीजर 1908, ये एक्ट नंबर 5 है 1908 का, प्रिलिमिनरी। अच्छा, मैं एक चीज़ हमेशा कहती हूँ कि अगर आपको सेक्शंस याद नहीं होते तो आप उसके चैप्टर्स या उसके पार्ट्स हैं तो उनको याद कर लिया करें। मतलब चैप्टर 1 है तो वो कहाँ से कहाँ तक है, फिर चैप्टर 2 कहाँ से कहाँ तक है। तो इस तरह आपको पेपर में, आप जुडिशियल एग्ज़ाम की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं या एलएलबी की या कोई भी तैयारी कर रहे हैं, इवन कि आप लॉ गेट की बगैर तैयारी कर रहे हैं और आपको लगता है कि आपको सेक्शन याद नहीं होते, और ये आपका सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, जो कि ऑलमोस्ट हर किसी को लगता है। तो उसका बेहतरीन तरीका ये होता है कि आप चैप्टर्स के दरमियान का पोर्शन याद रख लें। उससे ये आइडिया आपको हो जाएगा कि जब भी पेपर में कोई क्वेश्चन आएगा तो आप एटलीस्ट रेलिवेंट प्रोविजन लिख सकेंगे। एग्जैक्ट सेक्शन आपको नहीं भी याद तो आप चैप्टर का रेफरेंस भी दे देंगे तो वो भी इनफ हो जाता है अक्सर। चलें जी, सेक्शन इसका 1 है। इसका जो पहला हिस्सा है वो सेक्शन कहलाते हैं, और जो ऑर्डर्स हैं फिर उसके रूल्स होते हैं। तो ऑर्डर्स का भी ओवरव्यू और सेक्शन का भी इसी एक लेक्चर में मैं करने वाली हूँ। तो सेक्शन 1 है जी, शॉर्ट टाइटल कमेंसमेंट एंड एक्सटेंड। सेक्शन 2 में डेफिनेशन, 3 सबऑर्डिनेशन ऑफ कोर्ट्स, सेक्शन 4 सेविंग्स, 5 एप्लीकेशन ऑफ द कोर्ट टू द रेवेन्यू कोर्ट्स, 6 पेक्यूनरी जुरिसडिक्शन, 7 and 8 omitted है। Part 1 suits in general, jurisdiction of the courts and res judicata. 9 courts to try all civil suits unless barred. 10 stay of suit. 11 res judicata. 12 bar to further suits. 13 when foreign judgment not conclusive. 14 presumption as to foreign judgment. Place of suing. 15 in court in which suit to be instituted. 16 suits to be instituted where subject matter situate. 17 suit for immovable property situate within jurisdiction of different courts. 18 place of institution of suit where local limits of jurisdiction of courts are uncertain. 19 suits for compensation for wrongs to person or movables. 20 other suits to be instituted where defendants reside or cause of action arises. 21 objections to jurisdiction. 22 power to transfer suits which may be instituted in more than one court. 23 to what court application lies. 24 general power of transfer and withdrawal. 24A appearance of parties on transfer of suit etc. 25 omitted. Institution of suits. 26 institution of suits through plaint or otherwise. 26A written statement and proposed issues by the defendant. 26B proposed issues by plaintiff. 26C framing issues and filing of list of witnesses and recording of evidence. 26D hearing of final arguments. Summons and discovery. 27 summons to defendants. 27A process of summons to be simultaneous. 28 service of summons where defendant resides in another province. 29 service of foreign summonses. 30 power to order discovery and the like. 31 summons to witness. 32 penalty for default. Judgment and decree. 33 judgment and decree. Interest. 34 interest. 34A interest on public dues. 34B interest on etc on dues of banking company. Cost. 35 cost. 35A compensatory cost in respect of false or vexatious claims or defenses. Part 2 execution general. 36 application to orders. 37 definition of court which passed a decree. Courts by which decrees may be executed. 38 courts by which decree may be executed. 39 transfer of decree. 40 transfer of decree to court in another province. 41 result of execution proceeding to be certified. 42 powers of court in executing transferred decree. 43 execution of decrees passed by British courts in places to which the part does not extend or in foreign territory. 44 omitted. 44A execution of decrees passed by courts in the reciprocating territory. 45 omitted. 46 precepts Questions to be determined by court executing decree. 47. Question to be determined by the court executing decree. Limit of time for execution. 48. Execution barred in certain cases. Transferees and legal representatives. 49. Transferee. 50. Legal representative. Procedure in execution. 51. Powers of court to enforce execution. 52. Enforcement of decree against legal representative. 53. Liability of ancestral property. 54. Partition of estate or separation of share. Arrest and detention. 55. Arrest and detention. 56. Prohibition of arrest and detention of whom in execution of decree for money. 57. Omitted. 58. Release from detention. 59. Omitted attachment. 60. Property liable to attachment and sale in execution of decree. 61. Partial exemption of agricultural produce. 62. Seizure of property in dwelling house. 63. Property attached in execution of decrees of several courts. 64. Private alienation of property after attachment to be void. Sale. 65. Purchaser's title. 66. Suit against purchaser not maintainable on ground of purchase being on behalf of plaintiff. 67. Power for provincial government to make rules as to sales of land in execution of decrees for payment of money. Delegation to collector of power to execute decrees against immovable property. 68. Power to prescribe rules for transferring to collector execution of certain decrees. 69. Provisions of third schedule to apply. 70. Rules of procedure. Jurisdiction of civil courts barred. 71. Collector deemed to be acting judicially. 72. Where court may authorize collector to stay public sale of land. Distribution of assets. 73. Proceeds of execution sale to be ratably distributed among decree holders. Resistance to execution. 74. Resistance to execution. Part 3. Incidental proceedings commissions. 75. Power of court to issue commissions. 76. Commission to another court. 77. Letter of request. 78. Commissions issued by foreign courts. Part 4. Suit in particular cases. Suit by or against the government or public officers in their official capacity. 79. Suits by or against government. 80. Notice. 81. Exemption from arrest and personal appearance. 82. Execution of decree. Suits by aliens and by or against foreign rulers, ambassadors and envoys, etc. 83. When alien may sue. 84. When foreign states may sue. 85. Persons specially appointed by government to prosecute or defend for rulers. 86. Repealed. 86A. Suits against diplomatic agents. 87. Repealed. 87A. Omitted. Interpleader. 88. Where interpleader suit may be instituted. Part 5. Special proceedings arbitration. 89. Repealed. 89A. Alternate dispute resolution. Special case. 90. Power to state case for opinion of court. Suits relating to public matters. 91. Public nuisance. 92. Public charities. 93. Exercise of powers of Advocate General. Part 6. Supplemental proceedings. 94. Supplemental proceeding. 95. Compensation for obtaining arrest, attachment or injunction on insufficient grounds. Part 7. Appeals. Appeals from original decrees. 96. Appeal from final judgment or decrees. 97. Appeal from final decree where no appeal from preliminary decree. 98. Decision where appeal heard by 2 or more judges. 99. No decree to be reversed or modified for error or irregularity not affecting merits or jurisdiction. Appeals from appellate decrees omitted. 100, 101, 102, 103 omitted. Appeals from orders. 104. Orders from which appeal lies. 105. Other orders. 106. What courts to hear appeals. General provisions relating to appeals. 107. Power of appellate court. 108. Procedure in appeals from appellate decrees and orders. Appeals to the Supreme Court. 109. When appeals lie to the Supreme Court. 110. Omitted. 111. Bar of certain appeals. 111A. Omitted. 112. Savings. Part 8. Reference, review and revision. 113. Reference to High Court. 114. Review. 115. Revision. Part 9. Special provisions relating to High Courts. 116. Part to apply not only to certain High Courts. 117. Application of court to High Courts. 118. Execution of decrees before ascertainment of cost. 119. Unauthorized persons not to address court. 120. Provisions not applicable to High Court in original civil jurisdiction. Part 10. Rules. 121 effect of rules in first schedule. 122 power of certain high courts to make rules. 123 constitution of rule committees in certain provinces. 124 committee to report to high court. 125 omitted. 126 rules to be subject to approval. 127 publication of rules. 128 matters for which rules may provide. 129 power of high courts to make rules as to their original civil procedure. 130 omitted. 131 publication of rules. Part 11 miscellaneous. 132 exemption of certain women from personal appearances. 133 exemption of other persons. 134 arrest other than in execution of decree. 135 exemption from arrest under civil process. 135 exemption of members of legislative bodies from arrest and detention under civil processes. 136 procedure where person to be arrested or property to be attached is outside district. 137 language of subordinate courts. 138 power of high court to require evidence to be recorded in English. 139 oath on affidavit by whom to be administered. 140 assessor in causes of salvage etc. 141 proceedings regarding application for injunction and other miscellaneous application and issues. 142 orders and notices to be in writing. 143 postage. 144 application for restitution. 145 enforcement of liability of surety. 146 proceedings by or against representative. 147 consent or agreement by person under disability. 148 enlargement of time. 149 power to make up deficiency of court fees. 150 transfer of business. 151 saving of inherent powers of court. 152 amendment of judgment and decree or orders. 153 general power to amend. 154 55 156 154 55 omitted. 156 repealed. 157 continuance of orders under repealed enactments. 158 reference to code of civil procedure and other repealed enactments. 159 savings of proceedings. अच्छा जी, आगे है इसका शेड्यूल. फर्स्ट शेड्यूल, ये जो सारे ऑर्डर्स हैं ना, ये सारे फर्स्ट शेड्यूल में है. ऑर्डर 1 है जी पार्टीज टू सूट who may be joined as plaintiff. 2 power of court to order separate trials. 3 who may be joined as defendant. 4 court may give judgment for or against one or more of joint parties. 5 defendant need not be interested in all the relief claimed. 6 joinder of parties liable on same contract. 7 when the plaintiff in doubt from whom redress is to be sought. 8 one person may sue or defend on behalf of all in same interest. 9 misjoinder and non-joinder. 10 suit in the name of wrong plaintiff. Court may strike out or add parties where defendant added plaintiff to be amended. 11 conduct of suit. 12 appearance of one of several plaintiffs or defendants for others. 13 objection as to non-joinder or misjoinder. Order 2 frame of suit. 1 frame of suit. 2 suit to include the whole claim. Relinquishment of part of claim. Omission to sue for one of several reliefs. 3 joinder of causes of action. 4 only certain claims to be joined for recovery of immovable property. 5 claims by or against executor, administrator or heir. 6 power of court to order separate trials. 6 a consultation of suits. 7 objection as to misjoinder. Order 3 recognized agent and pleader. 1 appearances etc may be in person by recognized agent or by pleader. 2 recognized agent. 3 service of process on recognized agent for appointment of pleader. 5 service of process on pleader. 6 agent to accept services. Appointment to be in writing and to be filed in court. Order for institution of suit. 1 courts to be numbered. 2 commencement of proceedings in suit. 3 register of suit. Order 4a administrative judges. Order 5 issue and service of summons. Issue of summons. Order rule 1 summons. 2 copy or statement annexed to summons. 3 court may order defend or plaintiff to appear in person. 4 no party be ordered to appear in person unless resident within certain limits. 5 summons to be either to settle issues or for final disposal. 6 fixing day for appearance of defendant. 7 summons to order defendant to produce documents relied on by him. 8 on issue of summons for final disposal, defendant to be directed to produce his witnesses. Service of summons. 9 delivery or transmission of summons for service. 10 mode of service. 10a service by post. 11 service on several defendants. 12 service to be on defendant in person when practicable or on his agent. 13 service on agent by whom defendant carries on business. 14 service on agent in charge in suits for immovable property. 15 where service may be on male member of defendant's family. 16 served to sign acknowledgement. 17 procedure when defendant refuses to accept service or cannot be found. 18 endorsement of time and manner of service. 19 exemption of examination of serving officer. 20 substituted service. Effect of substituted service where service of substituted time for appearance to be fixed. 21 service of summons where defendant resides within jurisdiction of another court. 22 omitted. 23 duty of court to which summons is sent. 24 service on defendant in prison. 25 service where defendant resides out of Pakistan and has no agent. 26 service in foreign territory through political agent or court. 26 service on civil public officer or on servant of railway company or local authority in India. 27 service on civil public officer or on servant of railway company or local authority. 28 service on soldiers, sailors or airmen. 29 duty of person to whom summons is delivered or sent for service. 30 substitution of letter for summons. Order 6 pleadings generally. 1 pleading. 2 pleading to state material facts and not evidence. 3 forms of pleading for particulars to be given where necessary. 5 further and better statement or particulars. 6 condition precedent. 7 departure. 8 denial of contract. 9 effect of document cannot be stated. 10 malice knowledge etc. 11 notice. 12 implied contract or relation. 13 presumption of law. 14 pleading to be signed. 15 verification of pleading. 16 striking out pleading. 17 amendment of pleading. 18 failure to amend after order. Order 7 plaint. 1 particulars to be contained in plaint. 2 in money suits. 3 where the subject matter of the suit is immovable property. 4 when plaintiff sues as representative. 5 defendant's interest and liability to be shown. 6 grounds of exemption from limitation law. 7 relief to be specifically stated. 8 relief founded on separate grounds. 9 procedure on admitting plaint concise statement. 10 return of plaint procedure on returning of plaint. 11 rejection of plaint. 11 a separate application barred. 12 procedure on rejecting plaint. 13 where rejection of plaint does not preclude presentation of a fresh plaint. Documents relied on in plaint. 14 production of document on which plaintiff shows list of other documents. 15 statement in case of documents not in his possession or power. 16 suit on lost and negotiable instrument. 17 production of shop book original entry to be marked and returned. 18 inadmissibility of document not produced when plaint filed. 19 address to be filed with plaint. 20 nature of address to be filed. 21 consequences of failure to file addresses. 21a consequences of failure to annex copy etc with the plaint. 22 procedure when party not found at the place of address. 23 service on pleader. 24 change of address. 25 service by other modes. 26 list of legal representatives of plaintiff. Order 8 written statement and set off. 1 written statement. 1a presumption of admission of contents of plaint. 1b additional copies of written statement and documents. 2 new facts must be specifically pleaded. 3 denial to be specific. 4 evasive denial. 5 specific denial. 6 particulars to set off to be given in written statement. Effect of set off. 7 defense or set off founded on separate grounds. 8 new grounds of defense. 9 subsequent pleadings. 10 procedure where party fails to present a written statement called for and by court. 11 address for service. 12 consequences of failure to file address. 13 list of legal representative of defendant. Order 9 appearance of parties and consequences of non-appearance. 1 parties to appear on day fixed in summons for defendant to appear and answer. 2 dismissal of suit where summons not served in consequences of plaintiff's failure to pay cost. Where neither party appears to suit to be dismissed, plaintiff may bring fresh suit or court may restore suit to file. Dismissal of suit where plaintiff after summons returned unserved fails for 3 months to apply for fresh summons. Procedure when only plaintiff appears when summons duly served. When summons not duly served. When summons served but not in due time. 7 procedure where defendant appears on day of adjourned hearing and assigns good cause for previous non-appearance. 8 procedure where defendant only appears. 9 decree against plaintiff by default bars fresh suit. 10 procedure in case of non-attendance of one or more several plaintiffs. 11 procedure in case of non-attendance of one or more of several defendants. 12 consequences of non-attendance without sufficient cause shown of party ordered to appear in person, setting aside decrees ex parte. 13. Setting aside decree ex parte against defendant. 14. No decree to be set aside without notice to opposite party. Order 9A. Intermediate dates. 1. Fixation of intermediate date. 2. Case management questionnaire. Order 9B. Alternate dispute resolution. 1. Reference to mediation. 2. Appearance of parties. 3. Settlement. 4. Failure of mediation. Order 10. Examination of parties by the court. 1. Ascertainment whether allegations in pleadings are admitted or denied. 2. Oral examination of party or companion of party. 3. Substance of examination to be written. 4. Consequences of refusal or inability of pleader to answer. Order 11. Discovery and inspection. 1. Discoveries by interrogatories. 2. Communication of interrogatories. 3. Cost of interrogatories. 4. Form of interrogatories. 5. Corporations. 6. Objections to interrogatories by answer. 7. Setting aside and striking out the interrogatories. 8. Affidavit. 9. Form of affidavit in answer. 10. No exception to be taken. 11. Order to answer or answer further. 12. Application for discovery of documents. 13. Affidavit of documents. 14. Production of documents. 15. Inspection of documents referred to in pleadings or affidavits. 16. Notice to produce. 17. Time for inspection when notice given. 18. Order for inspection. 19. Verified copies. 20. Premature discovery. 21. Non-compliance with order of for discovery. 22. Using answer to interrogatories at trial. 23. Order to apply to minors. Order 12. Admissions. 1. Admission of case. 2. Admission of documents. 3. Form of notice. 4. Notice to admit facts. 4. A power of court to record admission of documents and facts. 5. Form of admission. 6. Judgment on admission. 7. Affidavit of signature. 8. Notice to produce document. 9. Cost. एक second में स्टॉप नहीं हो रहा करना चाह रही थी ताकि दोबारा कोई कॉल चले. अच्छा जी. ऑर्डर 13 है. Production, impounding and return of documents. 1. Documentary evidence to produce at first hearing. 2. Effect of non-production of documents. 3. Rejection of irrelevant or inadmissible documents. 4. Endorsement on documents admitted in evidence. 5. Endorsement on copies of admitted entries in books, accounts and records. 6. Endorsement on document rejected as inadmissible in evidence. 7. Recording of admitted and return of rejected documents. 8. Court may order any document to be impounded. 9. Return of admitted document. 10. Court may send for papers from its own records or from other courts. 11. Provisions as to documents applied to material objects. Order 14. Settlement of issues and determination of suit on issue of law or on issues agreed upon. 1. Framing of issues. 2. Issues of law and of fact. 3. Materials from which issues may be framed. 4. Court may examine witnesses or documents before framing issues. 5. Power to amend and strike out issues. 6. Questions of fact or law may by agreement be stated in form of issues. 7. Court, if satisfied that agreement was executed in good faith, may pronounce judgment. Order 15. Disposal of suit at the first hearing. 1. Parties not at issue. 2. Or one of several defendants not at issue. 3. Parties at issue. 4. Failure to produce evidence. Order 16. Summoning and attendance of witnesses. 1. Summons to attend to give evidence or produce documents. 2. Expenses of witness to be paid into court on applying for summons experts. Scale of expenses. 3. Tender of expenses to witness. 4. Procedure where insufficient sum paid in expenses of witnesses detained more than 1 day. 5. Time, place and purpose of attendance to be specified in summons. 6. Summons to produce document. 7. Power to require persons present in court to give evidence or produce document. 7A. Service of summons by parties. 8. Service of summons by court. 9. Time for serving summons. 10. Procedure where witness fails to comply with summons. 11. If witness appears, attachment by may be withdrawn. 12. Procedure if witness fails to appear. 13. Mode of attachment. 14. Court may of its own accord summons as witness stranger to suit. 14A. Expenses of the witness summoned by the court of its own motion. 15. Duty of persons summoned to give evidence or produce document. 16. When they may depart. 17. Application of rules 10 to 13. 18. Procedure where witness apprehend cannot give evidence or produce document. 19. No witness to be ordered to attend in person unless resident within certain limits. 20. Consequences of refusal of party to give evidence when called on by court. Rule 21. Rules as to witness to apply to parties summoned. Order 17. Adjournments. 1. Court may give grant time and adjourn hearing. Cost of adjournment to procedure if parties fail to appear on day fixed. 3. Court may proceed notwithstanding either party fails to produce evidence etc. for appearance of parties on the day next after holiday. 5. Appearance of parties on the day when the presiding officer is absent. Order 18. Hearing of suit and examination of witness. 1. Right to begin. 2. Statement and production of evidence. 3. Evidence where several issues. 4. Witnesses to be examined in open court. 5. How evidence shall be taken in appealable cases. 6. When deposition to be interpreted. 7. Evidence under section 138. 8. Memorandum when evidence not taken down by judge. 9. When evidence may be taken in English. 10. Any particular question and answer may be taken down. 11. Question objected to and allowed by court. 12. Remarks on demeanor of witness. 13. Memorandum of evidence in unappealable cases. 14. Deleted. 15. Power to deal with evidence taken before another judge. 16. Power to examine witness immediately. 17. Court may recall and examine witness. Order 18. Rule 17. Order 18. Rule 18. Power of court to inspect. Order 19. Or affidavits. 1. Power to order any point to be proved by affidavit. 2. Power to order attendance of deponent for cross-examination. 3. Matters to which affidavit shall be confined. Order 20. Judgment and decree. 1. Judgment when pronounced. 2. Power to pronounce judgment written by judge's predecessor. 3. Judgment to be signed for judgments of small causes court, judgments of other courts. 5. Court to state its decision on each issue. 6. Contents of decree. 7. Date of decree. 8. Procedure when judge has vacated office before signing decree. 9. Decree for recovery of immovable property. 10. Decree for delivery of movable property. 11. Decree made direct payment by installment. Order after decree for payment by installment. 12. Decree for possession and masonry profit. 13. Decree in administration suit. 14. Decree in preemption suit. 15. Decree in suit for dissolution of partnership. 16. Decree in suit for account between principal and agent. 17. Special direction as to accounts. 18. Decree in suit for partition of property or separate possession of a share therein. 19. Decree when set off is allowed. Appeal from decree relating to set off. 20. Certified copies of judgment and decree. Order 21. Execution of decrees and orders. Payment under decrees. 1. Modes of paying money under decree. 2. Payment out of court or to decree holder. Courts executing decrees. 3. Lands situated in more than one jurisdiction. 4. Omitted. 5. Mode of transfer. 6. Procedure where court desires that its own decree shall be executed by another court. 7. Court receiving copies of decree to file same without proof. 8. Execution of decree or order by court to which it is sent. 9. Execution by high court of decree transferred by another court. Application for execution. 10. Execution of a decree. 11. Attachment. 12. Application for attachment of movable property not in judgment debtor's possession. 13. Application for attachment of immovable property to contain certain particulars. 14. Power to require certified extract from collectors registered in certain cases. 15. Application for execution by joint decree holder. 16. Application for execution by transferee of decree. 17. Omitted. 18. Execution in case of cross decrees. 19. Execution in case of cross claims under same decree. 20. Cross decrees and cross claims in mortgage suit. 21. Simultaneous execution. 22. Notice to show cause against execution in certain cases. 23. Omitted. Objection to execution. 23. A deposit of decretal amount etc. Process for execution. 24. Process for execution. 25. Endorsement on processes. Stay of execution. 26. When court may Stay execution. 27. Liability of judgment debtor discharge. 28. Order of court which pass decree or of appellate court to be binding upon court applied to. 29 omitted. Mode of execution. 30. Decree for payment of money. 31. Decree for specific movable property. 32. Decree for specific performance for restitution of conjugal rights of or for an injunction. 33 omitted. 34. Decree for execution of document or endorsement of negotiable instrument. 35. Decree for immovable property. 36. Decree for delivery of immovable property when in occupancy of a tenant. Arrest and detention in prison. 37. Discretionary power to allow judgment debtor an opportunity to show good cause against detention in prison. 38. Warrant for arrest to direct judgment debtor to be brought up. 39 omitted. 40. Proceedings on appearance of judgment debtor in obedience to notice or after arrest. Attachment of property. 41. Examination of judgment debtor as to his property. 42. Attachment in case of decree for rent or masonry profits or other matter, amount of which to be subsequently determined. 43. Attachment of movable property other than agricultural produce in possession of the judgment debtor. 44. Attachment of agricultural produce. 45. Provision as to agricultural produce under attachment. 46. Attachment of debt, share and other property not in possession of judgment debtor. 47. Attachment of share in immovables. 48. Attachment of salary or allowances of public officers or servant of railway company or local authority. 49. Attachment of partnership property. 50. Execution of decree against firm. 51. Attachment of negotiable instrument. 52. Attachment of property in custody of court or public officer. 53. Attachment of decrees. 54. Attachment of immovable property. 55. Removal of attachment after satisfaction of decree. 56. Order for payment of coin or currency notes to party entitled under decree. 57. Determination of attachment. Investigation of claims and objections. 58. Investigation of claims to and objection to attachment of attached property. Postponement of sales. 59. Evidence to be adduced by claimant. 60. Release of property from attachment. 61. Continuance of attachment subject to claim of encumbrancer. 62. Questions relating to rights etc. of claimant in attached property to be decided by court. 63 omitted. Sale generally. 64. Power to order property attached to be sold and proceeds to be paid to the person entitled. 65. Sales by whom conducted and how made. 66. Proclamation of sales by public auction. 67. Mode of making the proclamation. 68. Time of sale. 69. Adjournment or stoppage of sale. 70 omitted. 71. Defaulting purchaser answerable for loss on resale. 72. Decree holder not to bid for or buy property without permission, where decree holder purchases amount of decree may be taken as payment. 73. Restrictions on binding or purchase by officers. Sale of movable property. 74. Sale of agricultural produce. 75. Special provisions relating to growing crops. 76. Negotiable instrument and share in corporation. 77. Sale by public auction. 78. Omitted. 79. Delivery of movable property, debts and shares. 80. Transfer of negotiable instruments and shares. 81. Vesting order in case of other property. Sale of immovable property. 82. What courts may order sales. 83. Postponement of sale to enable judgment debtor to raise amount of decree. 84. Deposit by purchaser and resell on default. 85. Time for payment in full of purchase money. 86. Procedure in default of payment. 87. Notification on resale. 88. Bid of co-sharer to have preference. 89. Application to set aside sale on deposit. 90. Application to set aside sale on ground of irregularity or fraud. 91. Application by purchaser to set aside sale on ground of judgment debtor having no saleable interest. 92. Sale when to become absolute or be set aside. 93. Return of purchase money in certain cases. 94. Certificate to purchaser. 95. Delivery of property in occupancy of judgment debtor. 96. Delivery of property in occupancy of tenant. Resistance to delivery of possession to decree holder or purchaser. 97. Resistance or obstruction to possession of immovable property. 98. Resistance or obstruction by judgment debtor. 99. Resistance or obstruction by bona fide claimant. 100. Dispossession by decree holder or purchaser. 101. Bona fide claimant to be restored to possession. 102. Rules not applicable to transferee lit pendant. 103. Certain orders conclusive and suit barred. 104 appealable orders. Order 22 death, marriage and insolvency of parties. Not सॉरी 104 गलत बता गई मैं, 103 ही रूल्स हैं इसके, 104 पता नहीं क्यों लिखा हुआ। नो अबेटमेंट बाय पार्टीज डेथ इफ राइट टू सू survives. 2 procedure where one of several plaintiffs or defendants dies and right to sue survives. 3 procedure in case of death of one of several plaintiffs or of sale of sole plaintiff. 4 procedure in case of death of one of several defendants or of sole defendant. 5 determination of question as to legal representative. 6 no abatement by reason of death after hearing. 7 suit not abated by marriage of female party. 8 when plaintiff's insolvency bar suit procedure where assignee fails to continue suit or give security. 9 effect of dismissal. 10 procedure in case of assignment before final order in suit. 11 application of order to appeals. 12 application of order to proceeding. Order 23 withdrawal and adjustment of suit. 1 withdrawal of suit or abandonment of part of claim. 2 limitation law not affected by first suit. 3 compromise of suit. 4 proceedings in execution of decrees not affected. Order 24 payment into court. 1 deposit by defendant of amount in satisfaction of claim. 2 notice of deposit. 3 interest on deposit not allowed to plaintiff after notice. 4 procedure where plaintiff accepts deposit to as satisfaction in part. Procedure where he accept it as satisfaction in full. Order 25 security for cost. 1 when security for cost may be required from plaintiff residents out of Pakistan. 2 effect of failure to furnish security. Order 26 commissions to examine witness. 1 cases in which court may issue commission to examine witness. 2 order for commission. 3 where witness resides within the court's jurisdiction. 4 persons for whose examination commission may issue. 5 commission may request to examine witness not within Pakistan. 6 court to examine witness pursuant to commission. 7 return of commission with depositions of witness. 8 when deposition may be read in evidence. Commissions for local investigation. 9 commission to make local investigation. 10 procedure of commissioner report and deposition to be evidence in suit. Commissioner may be examined in person. Commission to examine accounts. 11 commission to examine or adjust accounts. 12 courts to give commissioner necessary instructions, proceedings and report to be evidence. Court may direct further inquiry commissions to make partitions. 13 commission to make partition of immovable property. 14 procedure of commissioner general provisions. 15 expenses of commission to be paid into court. 16 parts of commissioner. 17 attendance and examination of witness before commissioner. 18 parties to appear before commissioner. Commissions issued at the instance of foreign tribunals. 19 cases in which high court may issue commission to examine witness. 20 application for commission. 21 to whom commission may be issued. 22 issue execution and return of commission and transmission of evidence to foreign court. Order 27 suits by or against the government or public officers in their official capacity. 1 suit by or against government. 2 persons authorized to act for government. 3 plaintiffs in suit by or against government. 4 agent for government to receive process. 5 fixing of day for appearance on behalf of government. 6 attendance of person able to answer question relating to suit against government. 7 extension of time to enable public officer to make reference to government. 8 procedure in suits against public officer. 8 a no security to be required from government or a public officer in certain cases. 8 b definition of government and government pleader. Order 27 a suits involving and substantial question as to interpretation of constitution law. 1 notice to advocate general. 2 court may add government as party. 3 cost when government added as party. 4 application of orders to appeals. Ordered 28 suits by or against military or naval man or airman. 1 officers, soldiers, sailors or airmen who cannot obtain leave may authorize any person to sue or defend for them. 2 persons so authorized may act personally or appoint pleader. 3 service on person so authorized or on his pleader to be good service. Order 29 sued by or against corporations. 1 subscription and verification of pleading. 2 service on corporation. 3 power to require personal attendance of officer of corporation. Order 30 sued by or against firms and persons carrying on business in names other than their own. 1. Suing of partners in name of firm. 2. Disclosure of partners name. 3. Services. 4. Right of suit on death of partner. 5. Notice in what capacity served. 6. Appearance of partners. 7. No appearance except by partners. 8. Appearance under protest. 9. Suit between co-partners. 10. Suit against person carrying on business in name other than his own. Order 31. Suits by or against trustees, executors, and administrators. 1. Representation of beneficiaries in suits concerning property vested in trustees, etc. 2. Joinder of trustees, executor, and administrators. 3. Husband of married executrix not to join. Order 32. Suits by or against minors and persons of unsound mind. 1. Minor to suit by next friend. 2. Where suit is instituted without next friend. 3. Guardian for the suit to be appointed by court for minor defendant. 4. Who may act as next friend or be appointed guardian for the suit. 5. Representation of minor by next friend or guardian for the suit. 6. Receipt by next friend or guardian for the suit of property under decree. For minor. 7. Agreement or compromise by next friend or guardian for the suit. 8. Retirement of next friend. 9. Removal of next friend. 10. Stay of proceeding on removal etc. of next friend. 11. Retirement, removal, or death of guardian for the suit. 12. Course to be followed by minor plaintiff or applicant on attaining majority. 13. Where minor co-plaintiff attaining majority desire to repudiate suit. 14. Unreasonable or improper suit. 15. Application of rules to persons of unsound mind. 16. Certain laws not to be affected. Order 33. Suit by paupers omitted. Order 34. Suits relating to mortgage of immovable property. 1. Parties to suit for foreclosure, sale, and redemption. 2. Preliminary decree in foreclosure suit. 3. Final decree in foreclosure suit. 4. Preliminary decree in suit for sale. Power to decree sale in foreclosure suit. 5. Final decree in suit for sale. 6. Recovery of balance due on mortgage in suit for sale. 7. Preliminary decree in redemption suit. 8. Final decree in redemption suit. 8. A recovery of balance due on mortgage in suit for redemption. 9. Decree where nothing is found due or where mortgagee has been overpaid. 10. Cost of mortgage subsequent to decree. 11. Payment of interest. 12. Sale of property subject to prior mortgage. 13. Application of proceeds. 14. Suit for sale necessary for bringing mortgage property to sale. 15. Mortgage by the deposit of title deeds and charge. Order 35. Interpleader. 1. Plaint in the interpleader suit. 2. Payment of thing claimed into court. 3. Procedure where defendant is suing plaintiff. 4. Procedure at first hearing. 5. Agents and tenants may not institute interpleader suit. 6. Charge for plaintiff's cost. Order 36. Special case. Power to state case for court's opinion. 2. Where value of subject matter must be stated. 3. Agreement to be filed and registered as suit. 4. Parties to be subject to court's jurisdiction. 5. Hearing and disposal of case. Order 37. Summary procedure on negotiable instrument. 1. Application of order. 2. Institution of summary suits upon bills of exchange etc. 3. Defendant showing defense on merit to have leave to appear. 4. Power to set aside decree. 5. Power to order bill etc. to be deposited with officer of court. 6. Recovery of cost of noting non-acceptance of dishonored bill or note. 7. Procedure in suits. Order 38. Attest and attachment before judgment. Arrest before judgment. 1. Defendant to be called upon to furnish security. 2. Procedure on application. 3. Furnishing of security. 4. Procedure where defendant fails to furnish security to find fresh security. Attachment before judgment. 5. Where defendant may be called upon to furnish security for protection of property. 6. Attachment where cause not shown or security not furnished. 7. Mode of making attachment. 8. Investigation of claim to property attached before judgment. 9. Removal of attachment when security furnished or suit dismissed. 10. Attachment before judgment not to affect rights of strangers nor bar decree holder from applying for sale. 11. Property attached before judgment not to be reattached in execution of decree. 12. Agricultural produce not attachable before judgment. 13. Small cause court not to attach immovable property. Order 39. Temporary injunction and interlocutory order. Temporary injunction. Cases in which temporary injunction may be granted. 2. Injunction to restrain repetition or continuance of breach. 2A to B. 2C. Consequences of disobedience or breach of injunction. 3. Before granting injunction, court to direct notice to opposite party for order for injunction may be discharged, varied or set aside. 4A. Injunction to cease to be in force after certain period. 5. Injunction to corporation binding on its officers. Interlocutory orders. 6. Power to order interim sale. 7. Detention, preservation or inspection, etc. of subject matter of suit. 8. Application for such orders to be after notice. 9. When party may be put in immediate possession of land, the subject matter of the suit. 10. Deposit of money, etc. in court. Order 40. Appointment of receivers. 1. Appointment of receivers. 2. Remuneration. 3. Duties for enforcement of receivers' duties. 5. When collector may be appointed receiver. Order 41. Appeals from original decrees. 1. Form of appeal when to accompany memorandum of contents of a memorandum to grounds which may be taken in appeal. 3. Rejection or amendment of memorandum for one of several plaintiffs or defendants may obtain reversal of whole decree where it proceeds on ground common to all. Stay of proceedings and of execution. 5. Stay by appellate court. Stay by court which passed the decree. 6. Security in case of order for execution of decree appealed from. 7. Omitted. 8. Exercise of powers in appeal from order made in execution of decree. Procedure on dismissal of appeal. 9. Registry of memorandum of appeal. Register of appeal. 10. Appellate court may require appellant to furnish security for cost where appellant resides out of Pakistan. 11. Power to dismiss appeal without sending notice to lower court. 12. Day for hearing appeal. 13. Appellate court to give notice to court whose decree appealed from. Transmission of papers to appellate court. Copies of exhibits in court whose decree appealed from. 14. Publication and service of notice of day for hearing appeal. Appellate court may itself cause notice to be served. 15. Contents of notice. Procedure on hearing. 16. Right to begin. 17. Dismissal of appeal for appellant's default hearing appeal ex parte. 18. Dismissal of appeal where notice not served in consequences of appellant's failure to deposit cost. 19. Readmission of appeal dismissed for default. 20. Power to adjourn hearing and direct person appearing interested to be made respondents. 21. Rehearing on application of respondent against whom ex parte decree made. 22. Upon hearing, respondent may be object to decree as if he had preferred separate appeals. Form of objection and provisions applicable thereto. 23. Remand of case by appellate court. 23A. Omitted for 24. Where evidence on record sufficient, appellate court may determine case finally. 25. Where appellate court may frame issues and refer them for trial to court whose decree appealed from. 26. Findings and evidence to be put on record. Objection to finding, determination of appeal. 27. Production of additional evidence in appellate court. 28. Mode of taking additional evidence. 29. Points to be defined and recorded. Judgment in appeal. 30. Judgment when and where pronounced. 31. Contents and date and signature of judgment. 32. When judgment may be made direct. 33. Power of court of appeal. 34. Dissent to be recorded. Decree in appeal. 35. Date and contents of decree. Judge dissenting from judgment need not sign decree. 36. Copies of judgment and decree to be furnished to parties. 37. Certified copies of decree to be sent to court whose decree appealed from. Order 42. Appeals from appellate decree. Procedure. इसमें वो यही कहता है 41 वाला सारा प्रोसीजर अप्लाई होगा. Order 43. Appeals from orders. Appeals from orders. Record of the trial court. 3 and 4 omitted. 44. Proper appeal be omitted. Order 45. Appeals to the Supreme Court. Decree defined. 2. Application to court whose decree complained of. 3. Certificate 2 as to value of fitness for consolidation of suit. 5. Remission of dispute to court of first instance. 6. Omitted. 7. Security and deposit required on grant of certificate. 8. Admission of appeal and procedure thereon. 9. Revocation of acceptance of security. 9A. Omitted. 10. Power to order for the security or payment. 11. Effect of failure to comply with order. 12. Refund of balance deposit. 13. Parts of court pending appeal. 14. Increase of security found inadequate 15 procedure to enforce orders of the Supreme Court. 16 appeal from order relating to execution. 17 omitted. Order 45A execution of order of Supreme Court. Order 46 reference. 1 reference of question to High Court. 2 court may pass decree contingent upon decision of High Court. 3 judgment of High Court to be transmitted and case disposed of accordingly. 4 cost of reference to High Court. 5 power to alter etc decree of court making reference. 6 part to refer to High Court questions as to jurisdiction in small cause. 7 part to district court to submit for revision proceedings had under mistake as to jurisdiction in small cause. Order 47 review. Application for review of judgment. To whom application for review may be made. Form of application for review. Application where rejected. Application where granted. Application 5 application for review in court consisting of 2 or more judges. 6 application where rejected. 7 order of rejection not appealable. Objection to order granting application. 8 registry of application granted and order for rehearing. 9 bar to certain applications. Order 48 अच्छा जी ऑर्डर 48 है मिसलिनियस. 1 प्रोसेस टू बी सर्व्ड एट द एक्सपेंस ऑफ party issuing cost of service. 2 orders and notices how served. 3 use of forms in appendixes. Order 49 High Courts. 1 who may serve process of High Court. 2 saving in respect of High Courts. 3 application of rules. Order 50 provincial small causes. 1 provincial small causes courts. 51 omitted है और 52 भी है वो भी omitted है. उसके बाद है जी इसके अपेंडिक्सेस टू द फर्स्ट शेड्यूल फॉर्म्स. अपेंडिक्स ए प्लीडिंग टाइटल ऑफ सूट डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ पार्टीज इन पर्टिकुलर केसेस. 3 प्लेंट्स फॉर रिटन स्टेटमेंट्स. बी प्रोसेसेस. सी डिस्कवरी इंस्पेक्शन एंड एडमिशन. डी डिक्रीज. ई एक्सक्यूशन. एफ सप्लीमेंटल प्रोसीडिंग्स. जी अपील रेफरेंस एंड रिव्यू. एच मिसलेनियस. द सेकेंड शेड्यूल रिपीट. थर्ड शेड्यूल एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ डिक्रीज बाय कलेक्टर्स. 4th शेड्यूल ओमिटेड और 5th शेड्यूल भी इसका ओमिटेड है. चलें जी ये हो गया इसका इंडेक्स का क्विक रिव्यू जो तकरीबन 50 मिनट में हुआ है, इसलिए इसको बहुत लेंथी CPC कहा जाता है. लेकिन खैर चलें ये सिर्फ एक ओवरव्यू का था. बाकी जो इसके डिटेल लेक्चर सीरीज़ है ना वो कंटिन्यू रहेंगे, उसको आप वक्तन वक्तन सुनते रहिएगा. थैंक यू फॉर लिसनिंग. अल्लाह हाफिज़. फिर मिलते हैं किसी और लेक्चर में.